Dragon Engine is not the one. Dragon Engine is okay, we both had it wrong. It's Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Underground Sea into Ponder to start the game for Eric. John has mulligan to 6. And here's a turn 1 Delver for John. Runcore says, my take is that any deck that can win out of 1 life, ignore damage of initiative during 3 to 4 turns, is probably well-positioned. Initiative not that disruptive outside of Mindbreak Trap and the touches. Yeah, it seems right. How is Reanimator right now? Does anybody feel like Reanimator is good right now, or is Reanimator still just iffy? Sinza says, I wish I had resources to support this channel. You guys deserve the best for supporting this amazing format. Legacy for the win. Thank you. Well, thank you for being here. And there are a lot of things you can do for free to support channels like this. Number 1, tell somebody about it. Post a video somewhere. Post it in a Facebook group. Call your family members and tell them about tell them about the channel. No, seriously. Share the videos. Share the stream. Tell people about it. Tell your friends at your LGS, whatever. And if you're watching on YouTube, give a thumbs up, write a comment that says something funny. You know, just hanging out with us is good enough. Here's Duress. Vic Vega says, I never feel like Reanimator is the deck to play for a large tournament. Outside of Legacy Leaves, it is dead on arrival. Daze gets taken by Duress. Hand has Murktide, Mystic Sanctuary, another Delver. Oh no, I'm sorry. 2 Murktides, a Mystic Sanctuary, and Expressive Iteration. Looks like double fetch happening for Eric. John does not currently have any interaction.
I'm going to play Petal, I'm going to play Doomsday. I'll show you those cards and then...
Yeah.
Let me know if you have found a way to cast instant speed EI, but...
All right, Doomsday is resolving, whether John likes it or not. What do you think about this, everybody? So John passed the turn with 2 lands in play, with an Expressive Iteration and a Daze. Would you fire off Expressive Iteration? I'm not saying what I would do. I'm curious what you would do. Would you fire off Expressive Iteration trying to dig for a Force of Will, even though you know 1 card's going to go to on the bottom and 1 card's going to be stuck in exile? And would that change if you knew you had Baubles in your deck? What would you do there? Or would you wait? Does anybody care? Nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, I shuffle out of habit, but also...
Turn 2 EI is bad. Yeah, I know turn 2 EI is bad. I'm making like a question.
Also because I don't want you to see what I'm looking at.
Okay, people are waiting. All right, most people would wait. Cheddar is here. What's up, Cheddar? All right, Doomsday has resolved. Firing off into a plausible Thoughtseize is tough to pull a trigger on. If I had a game to give, I wouldn't. If my back was against the wall, I would. Says Vic Vega. That's a good way to put it. Harry Houdini says, Chris, I want you to get a shirt that says, does anybody care? That would be funny. I don't know if that's really caught on, though. I don't know if everybody would get it. I don't know if I say that enough. All right. Well, the expressive iteration is getting cast now. Young Thug Andy says, "Good job on casting this past weekend." Thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody that tuned in to the Eternal Weekend coverage. I had a lot of fun with that. And thank you for all the props and kind words about it. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I did a good job. I appreciate it. I was joking earlier in the stream. In case anybody wasn't here, I finished the coverage. We finished the top 8, the whole thing, and I was doing the legacy portion for anybody who missed it. And I just kind of felt like I don't know how that went. I don't know if anybody liked it or hated it or what. So just to have the confirmation that it went well is helpful. All right, there's Thassa's Oracle, and that ends the game for Eric. All right, on to game 2. Scalding Tarn getting cracked here for John. Dragon's Rage Channeler comes down. There's a Volcanic.
There was one in play with him. That was a Delver. It never flipped. Oh, you played one at the end. You got one off the EI. You had 5? If I EI'd him a double ball, I could have done it. I had a force. I know, I counted. Yeah, I counted.
Dragon's Rage Channeler is on the table. Scoot says it felt natural and you both knew enough about most of the format to not only have no dead air, but also give nice opinions and play experience. That's cool. Awesome. Tyler Goblin Grandee is here and says, have you been able to talk to Hank in person about his experience? I have not seen Hank yet. No, I have not gotten to speak to Hank yet. All right, Days on the Ponder. I like that play. And Surveil dumps a Scalding Tarn into the graveyard. John gets in there. Life totals are now up to date. The other thing that crossed my mind as far as the Eternal Weekend coverage, you have these people that I've heard of doing commentary, and then there's just me, and I'm just thinking like people are seeing the names on the bottom, like who the F is Chris Panucci? Who the hell is this? It's just a funny thought. I have like no name recognition. It's just funny.
So I think I might just come here for Legacy.
Guys, Eternal Weekend is on. Who's commentating? Chris Panucci. Who the hell is that? Who?
It's like, I can't play Dodger anymore. It's been like scans. I know. I don't want to buy free really decent. I agree.
Sounds really lame, honestly. Who the heck is Chris Panucci? And who cares?
Well, this one, I don't understand how Frank cooks ways. Yeah, it must be exhausting.
Certain people want to have magic. Play magic.
Yeah, and I understand. I play Belgian Water. I play.
It's funny though. It's funny. Oh yeah, they got Caleb Durward and Brian David Marshall and this person that was, and Chris Panucci. Who the hell is Chris Panucci? Harry Houdini, thank you for the gift sub. That's 7 now on the channel for Harry. Appreciate that. Force pitching brainstorm on this Doomsday. Surveil trigger still happening. Bolt dumped into the graveyard. And a force to protect. Pitching force for Eric, who's tapped out.
Let's see what you have for tricks.
Pyroblast, pretty good. Surveil, looks like it's being left on top. Daze and the Pyroblast. Wow, quite a battle. Looks like Doomsday is going to resolve. Ninja God Singh says you held it together on the Flip Delvers half out of the sleeve, so maybe they'll invite you back next year. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I'm imagining these people that never heard of me listening to the coverage. They want like their serious, mind blowing commentary, and there's me talking about Delvers half out of sleeve. Oh, it's so funny. I tried to like, slip some 90s MTG humor in there. But there's probably people listening. They're just like, what is wrong with this guy? This guy seems so weird. Chris Panucci from Jersey Shore. What? No Jersey Shore. Did they have proper on an adventure tokens? I don't remember if that came up. How do you feel about these tokens? There probably were people listening that think I am out of my mind. There's a thread somewhere where it's like, what is up with this Chris Panucci guy? He seems insane. Harry Houdini, thank you for the gift subs. 9 now on the channel for Harry Houdini. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. If you're receiving a gift sub, please thank Harry. Yeah, the comic bio. Why is my camera so dark? I'm trying to fix this. Okay, that's a bit better. I don't know why it's acting weird. All right, Doomsday has resolved.
Dramatic ending makes it trigger fair.
Yeah, the Undercity printout was pretty cool. It's a good idea to have that. Lotus Petal comes down and passing the turn. So Doomsday is complete. John has inspected the library. And here is expressive iteration, Surveil. You on the mic with Hank playing felt like a 90s MTG stream in the best way. Yeah, I mean, to be doing the Eternal Weekend stream and just have people I know and hang out with, like, as the players was special. I mean, I don't even know how to describe what that felt like, but that was like kind of the best part. And I didn't know who was going to be feature matches too. I had no way of knowing. I mean, I knew who was doing well in the event, but they were just cutting the cameras to the players, and I'm like, oh, I know these people, which was pretty cool. I was remotely working on it, so I wasn't even in the building. And it just wasn't logistically possible to keep us up to date on who was going to be the next feature match or whatever. It was just kind of like moving along, you know? Anyway. Simon says, hi all, good to be here. Good to have you here. And thank you for the highlighted message. If you want me to see your messages in chat, Simon has the right idea. Highlight them, everybody. I won't miss it. Highlighted messages, it works. All right, here's a brainstorm for Dragon's Rage Channeler. To Seville, another one into the graveyard. So just a few cards are left in Eric's library. And John needs to figure out how to disrupt the Thassa's Oracle combo to finish the game. Sriracha says, would you have played if you had not commentated? Unlikely. Unlikely I would have played. I don't play many high competition events myself. All right, Dragon's Rage Channeler gets in there. I think it had Delirium, so Brainstorm for Eric. So Eric is down to 5. Force of Will pitching Ponder on the Brainstorm.
I still need to pay. Oh, that's a
Play that? Yep. And press you.
Underground Sea and pass. Eric's now down to 2. Life totals are not correct on the screen. Here's a lightning bolt, and that's game. So John gets game 2. We're going to game 3. Flooded Strand pass for Eric. Volcanic and pass. Stifle the Fetch. Oh, wow.
Sure.
All right, you don't see that much in Legacy these days, but Stifle on the Fetch. Here's a Wasteland. Pretty good. Edge of Autumn after floating a mana. Getting cycled. Correcting the order in the graveyard. Very nice. Here's a Ponder. M6, thanks for the follow. Welcome. And a Duress on the stack.
It's only working.
Okay. I'm going to turn this into a office before day.
Duress reveals Daze, Scalding Tarn, Expressive Iteration, Murktide, Brainstorm, and another day. So do 2 dazes. is this post-Eternal Weekend. This match is not. This match is from just before Eternal Weekend. Hype Train Conductor at the end of your turn says time to head to work. Get to work.
Right, no, what I'm saying is like, shove take or double effects and then whenever it comes to you guys,
That's turn back to you.
I do feel
Yeah, I think Stifle is a choice for John here to fight initiative with Delver. Like many of you out there playing the Legacy format right now, whether in tabletop or on MTGO, you're making adjustments. You're trying to figure this out. And for now, it seems that John is trying out some Stifles in the deck. Murktide hitting the table here. It's pretty good. Looks like it has +3 power and toughness potentially. Force of Will pitching. It looks like Misdirection was pitched. Was that Misdirection? I don't know. John has the option to daze here and is choosing not to protect this daze, or hold this daze, I should say. Here's a Ponder. It's going to resolve. Would you have dazed Ponder there, chat? Here's Expressive Iteration. A Delver getting put into exile, but it's going to stay there. What's your opinion on 1 mana EI? I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about the error during Eternal Weekend of pondering and accidentally EI? Like, do I think the judges got it right or something? Is that what you're wondering? All right, fighting over this Cabal Ritual. And it looks like John wins the battle. Cabal Ritual is countered. Different ruling Saturday versus Sunday. Yeah, I did see that it was ruled differently. I mean, I was there doing the commentary. I don't really know. I mean, I'm not deeply knowledgeable of all the rules like some players are. And I definitely am not a judge, so I don't know how judges approach these situations. Like, I don't even know the basics of how, in a competitive event like that, how they decide to do one thing versus another. I just don't know. So, I mean, I guess I feel like the judges did what they needed to do, what they felt was right. And like any referee or judge or official overseeing a tournament or game of any kind, they were using tools they have to solve these problems the best way that they could. I really don't know what I could say. I mean, some people might have the impression or the opinion that the judges did a bad job or something. I don't feel that way. Should I feel that way? I don't know. I would have to know more about the way judges usually resolve this kind of thing. And I saw that, some people were upset that the judges' rulings benefited one player over another or whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that usually would play out, and I don't know what's right and what's wrong. I'm kind of the wrong person to ask. Do we have any judges watching that would like to share what they think? I'd be curious about that.
Do you like this better than the blue ace thing that had at the back of their hand? What's more expensive, a sign? There's like a blue instant for 2 mana.
And I also feel like things like that, I know it was the same player in a similar situation of the Ponder expressive iteration thing, but you know, one ruling or resolution over another. Okay, force a negation on Doomsday happening here after a dark ritual. So enough disruption so far in this game for John. But okay, Edge of Autumn being cycled in response to Wasteland. Good play there by Eric. I'm trying to follow the game and also comment on this. But every situation is different. I don't think there's going to be one, you know, applies to all situations every time anyone expressive iterations instead of ponders, there is only one way to resolve it. I don't know if that's true either. Force pitching personal tutor on this expressive iteration. Even if it's the same player doing the same thing, I don't know if there's some other stuff that judges would consider as far as the resolution.
No, you're right. If I'm gonna be honest, the only games I ever won with Dorothy were games against.
We do have some judges weighing in the chat.
But I don't think there's any other archetype where it wasn't win more. Again,
Let me get into like that.
it just seems like it's so good.
I think about 14 zombies.
Okay. Eric is now down to 14. The phone on the board has not yet been updated. And Eric has no lands in play. Here's an expressive iteration for John. Jay, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Lightning Bolt goes into exile.
I'm at 11.
Eric is at 11. Who's that kid in the GIF? That's me. Back in the 90s, playing some Magic. Anytime someone hits the follow button or subscribes, a little GIF comes up in the bottom center of your screen. That's me as a kid with my Magic cards. Unmask was revealed on top. John draws on upkeep. Let's see if this unmask gets fired off. Eric is at 11. Brazenbauer getting flashed in on end step.
I'm at 8.
Eric is now at 8. The phone with life totals in the center of the table is getting neglected a bit here. No big deal. Looks like Eric is scooping it up, facing down 2 creatures at 8 life. And that is game. Well played.